r/AskReddit. What inside tip would you give to the opposite gender? There's a 99% chance I'd have sex with you if you simply asked me on the spot. I have some fried chicken. Wanna F? A. Okay. If you keep getting the crazy ones, reassess what kind of qualities you've been going for. Applies to both genders actually. Goddammit, this is so basic and I've been fighting with one of my good friends about it for years. We're in our 30s and she has a habit of dating guys in their mid-20s, which is fine, but it usually goes something like, meet in bar, bang a time or two, she expects relationship, gets pissy when it does not happen, but he still calls cause her body is great. All this is fine, but then I have to hear how she can't meet a decent dude. They only want one thing, etc. But she refuses to try to meet guys elsewhere. I'm not sure what to say anymore and I'm getting tired of hearing it. Sorry guys. No pics or info. I'm already trying to get her to online date and she refuses. There's guys who can't get a signal and there's guys who takes everything as a signal. The latter is much more annoying. Edit. I would like to say that I'm not the actual person who said this. I'm quoting this from a female friend. And no, I'm sure there's no signals involved or whatever, right? Are you coming on to me? Dunno about opposite gender, but as a gay guy I feel like I should tell straight men. If you want your girl to give you oral, wash your ducking balls, use antibacterial soap, wash your ass crack too. She can smell it all while in the general area. Don't be afraid. It's just an ass. Washing it won't make you gay or effeminate. Get all up in the crotch and crack really good. I have heard one too many straight guys say something really dumb like I just assume water and soap drip down in there. No. Scrub. Every day. If you don't smell fresh, nobody's going down there. When you ask us what we're thinking about and we say nothing, 99% of the time we mean it. Come on. What's wrong? You can tell me. What are you really thinking about? To the girls, us guys can sit down and literally just think about nothing. We're not mad, sad, upset or whatever you say we are. It's kind of halfway between switching off and daydreaming. I find my head just clouds of and goes into a very light daydream and random thought state that mostly exists to kill time. If we are doing it due to being mad or upset it will be visible on our faces. Sharing a queen-size bed, use king-size blanket. Edit. Had no idea that king-sized blankets were different sized in different countries. One blanket works well for my partner and I. Less work making the bed and we end rolling close to each other by morning. Girls, we honestly aren't all dense. We might just not be interested and be a little unsure of how to deal with it immediately. Yes, a lot of us like it straightforward but we aren't scratching our head looking for two rocks to bang together. Truth is for me, I have a type of woman I'm physically attracted to. If you aren't that, I'll be friendly enough to you but that's really it. Just because I'm not attracted or interested does not make you unattractive or uninteresting. To straight guys, you're not always going to get her off during penetration, and that's okay. Don't measure the success of PIV sex by whether or not she orgasms. A lot of women can't orgasm from penetration alone. That's not some epic failure. Don't give her a complex. The pressure doesn't help. Stop thinking of orgasms as something you need to give her. Most women know how to get themselves off. Give them the space to get it themselves or teach you how. And don't get all freaked out if that means something other than her just pistoning up and down on your dong. It's very possible the way she gets off isn't something that's going to get you off. 2. No big deal. The clit is not always something we want played with. It's a very sensitive place. I know culture has been harping on this whole find the clit and ducking assault that thing crusade for years and years. But some women prefer not to have it jabbed like the ducking A button on an Xbox controller. Ease your way to it. Start slightly above or to the side. Or just ask. Edit. Thanks for the gold. Clit caresses unite. Gently. Or maybe not at all. To girls, ask properly. About anything. We answer straight when we are asked properly. Most of the time and it'll lessen the headaches for both parties. Make sure they have hobbies before getting serious. If they don't, you're their new hobby. Congratulations. Edit. Thanks for the gold. I'm glad my advice hit home for a few of you guys. Being completely to the point is so much better than not bringing something up. If you are in a relationship, you should be a team. And teams don't work if both sides don't have all the info. If something bothers you, say it outright and figure out a solution together. Also, do everything to make the other happy. If both of you are doing this, both of you are happy. You get to do something for someone you care about, and you get nice things done for you. Relationships fall apart all the time when people start thinking about themselves more than each other. Edit. Thanks for the gold anonymous internet donor. Reddit and I are both appreciative of your contribution. Become more self-aware of your scrag. This applies to men and women. So many scrags I've seen. So many. As a fat person, I've always been concerned about this shit. I don't want anyone to see my ass crack. It's my private property D. Yet lo and behold, every other fat person I meet plunks down and displays it like they think it's fucking Grand Canyon material. Ladies, half the time your hints do not compute and 98% of the time leave you annoyed and as guys confused. Back scratches are lovely. Girls have nails, making back scratches 10x better. Give more back scratches. To add to this, I feel we must unite and make a random active back scratches sub. Just saying. E2. Gold. Shiny. Is there a badge I can print out and wear? Maybe I will just wear around a screenshot. Slow the duck down when it comes to foreplay. Believe it or not, repeatedly jamming as many fingers in there as fast as possible doesn't create that pleasant of a feeling. Don't send us dong pics unless we ask for them. Even then, don't send them. I like imagining other guys just thinking, this conversation is not going anywhere. I bet she wants to see my dong. Too long didn't read. If a guy isn't responding at all to subtle hints of attraction, be blatant. He may be fighting himself into thinking a girl like her into a guy like me. Never. Her glancing at my lips is just a coincidence. She'd never let me kiss her, or he may have just not noticed. We are prone to that stupidity at times. If hinting that you're attracted to a man and his demeanor, body language, etc. do not change, be blatantly obvious, like staring extremely noticeably at our lips for a first kiss. Just as many men have confidence issues or just get in our own heads as women. Even very attractive men and or extremely socially fluent men. Just because he can make an entire party full of people fall in love with him doesn't mean he doesn't have his own self-doubts. I've psyched myself out more times I can count with women that I thought were attracted to me, and even when it is obvious I'll talk myself out of making a move with any nonsensical thing I can imagine. I've even done this with girls I'm head over heels with when I know they feel the same way. On that note, a single small but tender physical gesture can do wonders to push a guy like me to just freaking kiss you already. Something like when you take my arm playfully for whatever reason, lingering with a tender but semi-firm hold on my arm. That way you hold on to someone that exudes so much passion that you can feel the raw emotion in the gesture. Past the point we'd normally break off can move mountains. In the era of consent being a major topic, a simple go-ahead gesture can be very empowering for both people. Edit. So this got popular. To everyone replying with how this is not inclusive of the female, and any other considerations. You may notice a use of the word me sneaking in there often. In truth, I was more venting than anything else. So I do apologize for any lack of inclusion or difference of opinion. And you know I mean that apology. I'm Canadian. Both genders. Don't guilt trip yourself into doing something they aren't ready for or don't want to do. Pulling the "if you love me you would" guilt trip phrase is a shitty thing to do. Also, it's okay if you haven't hit certain life achievement as those around you. Your friends are all married with kids. That's completely okay. Don't feel pressure that you need to do the same if you are not ready to do so. All your friends have lost their virginity by high school or college. That's alright as well. Focus on your own goals and not the accomplishments of those around you. There is also no shame in being behind or failing. We all move at our own pace and to find our niche in life. If she says keep going, just like that, do not change the pace or whatever you are doing. As a guy, this can be the toughest during PIV and you know you're just about ready to come to. It's like anxiously watching two loading bars race each other. Stroke the shaft. Tickle the balls. Edit. This is my first guild. Ha 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 ha. You forgot to contemplate existence. Don't play games with the opposite gender. It does nothing but hurt people. Yup, I only play Monopoly and Settlers of Catan with my bros. No girls allowed. Some of us grow hair in places other than our legs, armpits and crotch. Do not freak out about it. Edit. I am indeed female. Yes, I've heard that the head is also a very common place to grow hair. As a guy, to give a tip to other guys, so as to save a bunch of headaches, make a list of 3 restaurants that your SO likes, so that if they are known for being indecisive, this will shorten the list if you say you chose these places for a date. Useful for first dates and blind dates too. Women want an option to choose a place that they're familiar with, just in case the guy turns out to be scary in some way. Also, to put them at ease, allow them the seat that's easier for exit. Subtly, of course. They won't need it, but they like the option. To the guys, I don't care if you feel like it's a feminine thing to do, but cut your nails. At least clean under them every now and then. No one wants to see long, blackened, nasty fingernails, and women don't want you fooling around down there if your nails are sharp and uneven. Degrading yourself is not attractive. If she says I am such a dirty slut, is that good or bad? Guys, you don't always have to fix it. Sometimes she just needs you to listen. A lot of guys, or at least I do, not sure about you guys, equate intimacy of touch with emotional security, not just sex. Touch in all its ways. If you touch us, and do it so that it feels nice, we feel secure in the relationship. We're a bit like puppies in that way. Contact is extremely important to men. Pet us when we do good. Hugs, kisses, scratches, oh god, the head scratches, back scratches. I can't say how loved we feel when someone touches us in a way that unwinds, soothes, or supports. TLDR, some men, or at the very least, this one, are like puppies. We love the touches, not just sex, touch in general. For straight guys, this is more of a personal experience, but I think girls like to be pampered in one way or another, regardless of how independent she might look like. It does not need to be a grand, big romantic things, but rather small things that actually count. For example, asking how her day goes and answering the damn questions that she asks you. Saying good morning to her and wish her a good night's sleep. etc. These are all the general things. You might want to look for special little things that you know she would like appreciate. Lots of guys that I know do this when they are trying to get the girl to like him. But this eventually disappears when they do get the girl. Don't stop, because in one way or another, it breaks a girl's heart. Whoa. You made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.